You build a great future with different experiences that forge your path, with daring professors who become your mentors, with diverse peers who expand your horizons. Build your future at UNLV.
And now, please welcome back to the stage your MC for UNLV Creates, Ryan Romero.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Romero, and welcome to UNLV Creates 2018. This is such an exciting moment for you all to be here. UNLV Creates focuses on a lot of different components, and on behalf of the UNLV community, we're very excited to have you all here today. So let's rewind to 2013. I was actually exactly where you all are. I was at My Creates over at the Hospitality College. Hello, everyone. Over at the Hospitality. That was the start of my college journey here at UNLV Creates. And now, for many of you, this is going to be your start. I'm honored to be back as your MC many years later. And maybe, who knows, in a few years, you'll have an opportunity to share the moment at UNLV Creates and reflect on what it looks like. So many of you have seen me at New Student Orientation. And you've seen this outfit, you know what I'm gonna do, you know all those components. However, UNLV Creates is about starting new things. It's about creating new things as a whole. Over the summer, I wanted to really change my life around and eat better and work out better, and I lost about 50 pounds running, so it was a great opportunity. Oh, thank you. Was not expecting a response out of that. So with that, this jacket has gotten really big, and I think it's time for a new one. So I think it's time to show you all. I think that's better. I think that's a little better. So I think it's time to officially start the program for UNLV Creates. Does that sound great, everyone? Wonderful. Thank you so much. So without a further ado, we're going to get to know our faculty and staff. So please help me in welcoming our faculty and staff as they join us at UNLV Creates 2018.
UNLV Administration, led by Dr. Laurel Pritchard, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education. Student Affairs, led by Dr. Juanita Fain, Vice President for Student Affairs. Academic Success Center, led by Dean Ann McDonough. Lee Business School, led by Vice Dean Stoney Alder. College of Education, led by Dean Kim Metcalf. Howard R. Hughes College of Engineering, led by Dean Rama Venkat. College of Fine Arts, led by Dean Nancy Usher. Honors College, led by Acting Dean Andrew Hansen. Greenspun College of Urban Affairs, led by Dean Robert Almer. College of Liberal Arts, led by Interim Dean Jennifer Keene. School of Allied Health Sciences, led by Dean Ronald Brown. School of Community Health Sciences, led by Dean Sean Gerstenberger. College of Hospitality, led by Dean Stowe Shoemaker. College of Sciences, led by Dean Eric Chronister. University Libraries, led by Kristen Costello, Faculty Moderator and Associate Professor. Graduate College, led by Dean Kate Corrigan.
strength which never falters, a tribute to your name. Alma Mater, thank you, exalted scarlet and gray, truth and wisdom from your standard in our minds and hearts will stay. Alma Mater, we cherish you, and in days that are yet to be, our voices let us ever raise in honor. UNLV.
All right, thank you to the UNLV Creates Quartet for that. Now, let's give a round of applause for all of our faculty staff that have joined us here today. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, UNLV's president, Marta Miana, is currently at the Nevada System of Higher Education Board of Regents meeting. Unfortunately, she could not join us today. However, she is very sorry for that, but she's at a meeting she's advocating currently for all of you at the state level. However, she has created a video for you all to share some special moments. So let's look to the screen for that.
Hello, everyone. I'm UNLV President Marta Miana, and I want to welcome you all to your first year as a Rebel. Today, you join a UNLV family committed to your success as a student and to your growth as an individual. The next few years will be full of rich challenges and discovery, as well as friends and memories that will last a lifetime. I'm in awe of what our students accomplish. You never cease to surprise me with your energy and fresh take on the world, and I am so proud to lead this institution where we are all dedicated to transforming the lives of each and every one of you. You are our future creators, innovators, researchers, and leaders. I love this university and what we do, and I want you to know that there are people and resources that are available to help you succeed. It won't always be easy, but nothing worth doing is, and we are here to help. My challenge to you is to make the commitment to do your very best and finish what you start. Apply yourself, meet new people, and get involved in the life of your university. Open your mind to new ideas. Show the world what you can accomplish. Decide who you want to be and go for it. I promise you it'll be totally worth it. Welcome to the UNLV family, and go Rebels.
Thank you, President. So next, I want to bring up the student government president for the undergraduate level, Christopher Royce, and also the president of the Graduate Professional Student Association, Stephanie Molina, to the stage to give you a few welcomes. So let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Ryan, for that introduction. Good morning, Rebels. Welcome to University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I'm so excited that you're here today. And I'm going to just very candidly give you a little bit of advice about my experience here at this university. So for the first 2 years that I came here, I went to class, I went to work, I left, went home, and I did homework. I might have cried a little bit here and there. I was not getting the college experience that I expected when I first signed up to come to UNLV. My life changed when I decided to make the decision to get involved with student government here at UNLV. My name is Chris Royce, and I'm currently serving my second term as student body president for over 27,000 undergraduate students at this university. Now, the undergraduate student government, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. It is called the Consolidated Students of the University of Nevada, or CSUN for short. Don't worry, I'm not going to quiz you. That starts on Monday. So, CSUN is your typical student council, right? Well, that's not the case. Unlike many other states, the state of Nevada actually gives student governments power through the Constitution. We are a part of the state government, and there's a whole lot of stuff that comes along with that. But I cannot tell you enough about CSUN in the short time that I have here on stage today. But what I am going to share with you is a few of the things that you need to do in order to get the full Rebel experience during your first few weeks on campus. First, today, come out to the Welcome Day barbecue in the Alumni Amphitheater right there by the Student Union. You're going to be able to meet UNLV CSUN representatives. You'll be able to enjoy some great food. There's going to be all kinds of great giveaways. It's going to be an awesome time, and we hope to see you there. Second, come out next Thursday to the UNLV 23rd Annual Premier event. You'll be able to enjoy live entertainment, network with student organizations, and get involved with whatever you want to do. We have over 350 student organizations on campus. So there's something for everyone. Last, on Tuesday, September 18th, at 3:30 p.m. in the Student Union courtyard, I will be delivering a State of the Campus address to the entire undergraduate student body of UNLV. You can find out more about what we're doing for you and what we actually do to represent you to everyone from the UNLV administration all the way up to the state of Nevada and even back east on Capitol Hill. Last, CSUN exists to serve you and only you. We are your interest group, we are your lobbyists, we are your advocates, and we are your friends. So just know that we are doing everything we can to advocate for you and make sure that your experience here at UNLV is the very best it can be. I want to thank you for being here today, and thank you for being a rebel.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Molina. I'm a PhD student in the School of Allied Health Sciences and this year's Graduate and Professional Student Association president. On behalf of the Graduate College and the GPSA, I would like to welcome our new incoming graduate and professional students. I think most of you are sitting over here on this section. So after making it through at least 4 years of college, today you are joining a community of approximately 5,000 graduate students seeking graduate degrees here within the university. As your student government, the GPSA is here to advocate for graduate education by representing our student body interests, not only within the graduate college, but also campus and system-wide. So I hope that you will actually utilize the GPSA as a resource during your time here, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you throughout the events that we have planned during the year, and as well as the student orientation events going on today.
We are so excited to have you here on campus. Part of being a rebel is knowing the rebel chant. So, what I want all of you to do is get your arms up. Come on, bring it up like this. All you kinesiology majors should know how to do this. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go, rebels, 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 rebels. Awesome. Yes. And we can keep that for the football games, basketball games, women's basketball, volleyball, everything else in between. We hope to see you at those events. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris and Stephanie. As a former undergraduate student and then a new graduate student, I can definitely attest to being involved is a key component to UNLV and your experience here at UNLV. So make sure to find where your area fits for you. Next, we have a message from Dr. Provost Diane Chase. She is also at the Board of Regents meeting today, so she could not be here, but she wanted to pass on a few words of wisdom to you all. So let's check out that video and look to the screen.
Welcome to UNLV. I'm Diane Chase, Executive Vice President and Provost, speaking to you from the Barrick Museum of Art. So, what's a provost? I'm the Chief Academic Officer, and I work with the president, deans, and faculty to provide high-quality academic programs and services and help you achieve your goals. Today, I'm happy to share information on just a few of the programs and services you can explore, especially in these early days of your first semester. The Academic Advising Center is a must-see. This is where advisors help you navigate your college career. Also, you can meet with tutors who will help you with any academic bumps you may hit along the way. The Intersection, located in the Student Union, is an academic multicultural center dedicated to helping you through the ins and outs of college life. Our UNLV libraries rank 15th in the country for academic research. The library system will quickly become a familiar place as your base for research and collaboration. UNLV is a research university. Your professors not only teach, but also discover and create new knowledge. Take the time to see what they research and create. You also have the opportunity to engage in research at UNLV. Get to know your professors. Find mentors and role models who can broaden your perspective and lead you to greater opportunities. In addition, consider studying abroad. Another place to make those long-lasting relationships is the Student Engagement and Diversity Office. Connect your academic interests with real-world experience, or participate in any of more than 350 student clubs and organizations. Research shows us that students who are involved in campus activities get better grades and are more likely to complete their degrees. Our vision for UNLV focuses on community well-being and achievement through education. You are the heartbeat of UNLV. As a Rebel, you can make a difference in how we grow and thrive as a community. I look forward to getting to know you, to seeing all the amazing things you will accomplish, and most importantly, I look forward to seeing you cross the stage for your graduation. Go Rebels.
Thank you, Provost. So now that we've heard from our president and our provost, I think it's about time that we hear from our UNLV Creates 2018 featured speakers. As the provost and the president were saying, UNLV is full of amazing faculty, students, and staff that are creating new experience each and every day in research, close to home, and also far away. So let's get to know our first speaker. This speaker is an alumni undergraduate from the UNLV Student College, and then also is a PhD student currently in the Department of Sociology, and they are Celine Marie Ayala. And we are excited to meet her, so let's bring her up and give her a round of applause.
That is the sound of my people, exclaimed a very passionate member of the Las Vegas streetcar scene as a debate went on about excessive revving at car meets. Now, I want you all to picture yourself in a parking lot. And as you look around, you see various highly modified vehicles all reverse parked. You look to your left, and you see a matte white Honda Civic with cambered deep dish wheels and its frame so low to the ground that you can't tell if it's gonna get over a tiny pebble or an average speed bump. You look to your right, and you see cars pulling into their parking spots, letting out low growls as their engines rev with every push of the throttle. The fragrant smells of burnt rubber, food, and fruity vape smoke tickle your nose. You are no longer in an average parking lot. You are at a car meet. Now, before I continue to take you on this journey, I want to talk to you a little bit about myself. My name is Celine Maria Ayala. I am a first-generation college graduate, and I was born and raised right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you. Now, I'm sure like many of you, my road to college was not easy. I have witnessed as friends were violently jumped into gangs. I have looked right outside my front window and watched as my mother's car was stolen. And I have experienced homelessness twice. And during these trying times, my love for education and music kept me strong. I remember thinking to myself, I may be low on food. I may not have all of my clothes, and I may not have a home, but I will always have my education. I remember listening to my middle school band teacher tell my mom to keep me in music because it would send me to college. And years later, after graduating from Las Vegas Academy School of the Performing Arts, receiving a music scholarship here in the amazing jazz program, and then switching my major to sociology, I can proudly say that I received my bachelor's in 2016, my master's this past spring, and in 4 years, I will be receiving my PhD. Sociology has showed me that a lot of what I went through as a child is a part of a larger institutional, social, and historical frame. It has also showed me the importance of groups such as the Las Vegas streetcar scene. Now, my love for cars was born way before I went to grad school. I remember being a kid and watching my dad work on cars, listening to the crank of the tools, smelling the oil, and listening to the rhythmic chant, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. I was amazed, and my love for cars was born. Now, zooming ahead, I'm sitting in an undergrad urban sociology class, and the professor asks us to go to a place in the city and write a paper on what we see. I decided, since I was already involved in the car scene, I'll just write on car meets. And it was then that I found out that this group had a story to tell. And I took that story with me to grad school. So when you're in a class and your professor gives you an assignment and they tell you that you can pick a topic, don't just write something that's easy. Pick something that you're passionate about. Pick something that excites you, because you never know how far it'll take you. That undergraduate paper was the inspiration for my master's thesis. Fast forward, I'm in grad school and I'm conducting research. So I'm in the field for about a year and a half. I go to car meets, I conduct interviews, and I analyze content online. And I was able to find 4 things to help me understand the culture and practices of the Las Vegas streetcar scene in order to understand the importance of scenes in cities. First, I found out that not a lot of the individuals are part of the scene street race. In fact, most of them use the scene as a way to connect with like-minded individuals and as a way to escape day-to-day activities. I was speaking with a member of the scene when he said, "We're not in high school anymore, so it's really hard to find people who like the same thing. And a car scene does that for us." Next, I found out that these individuals have a strong, faithful respect for their scene's rules. Often on their flyers, you'll see the phrase, "respect the lot" or "respect the spot." This means no burnouts, no rev outs, basically don't do anything that may draw attention to the police. If this happens, individuals will take a picture of the perpetrator, post it on their online forums, and essentially blacklist them from events. A frustrated individual was talking about this when he said, "For some of us, this scene is more than just car meets. It's a family." This leads to my next finding, which is that there are strong familial bonds within the scene. Members of the scene, who are mostly men, will often address each other as brother. They'll bring their families and their pets to events, and when a member passes away, they have a candlelight vigil, and they'll host a car wash and various other events to make sure that money for the funeral is taken care of. Finally, these individuals form deep connections with their cars. They spend a lot of time and money personalizing their vehicles to personify themselves. I asked a member to describe the relationship he had with his car, and he smiled, and he said, "My car keeps me out of trouble. It takes care of me, and I take care of it. The car is an extension of us." So this scene really helped provide a sense of community in a city where community is often assumed to be vacant. And my research shows that scenes can serve as a communal proxy in large cosmopolitan cities. So why does this matter to you? Not because I want you all to go out and join the streetcar scene, but because it is important as new or continuing rebels and as new and continuing residents of Las Vegas, Nevada, to know that this city is full of community and communal relations. And when you're in the library working hours tirelessly writing a paper or studying for an exam, and you forget what it feels like to be a part of something beyond the role of student, I want you to go out and seek your own scene and foster your own community, either on campus by going to the involvement fair and learning about the different clubs and organizations right here at UNLV, or off campus by learning about local scenes, alliances, and organizations that are nestled right in the heart of this city. During an interview, I naively asked one of my participants, "Why do you street race?" And he shook his head and he said, "That's like asking, why do you read? People like different things. People always look down on racers because they don't understand the culture." Today, it was my job to help you all understand the culture of the Las Vegas streetcar scene, as well as the endless possibilities of finding community in this beautiful city. So if through the amazing stories of the members of the Las Vegas streetcar scene, I get at least one person in this audience to be inspired to go out and seek your own community and find your own scene beyond the strip and beyond those neon lights, then I did my job. Thank you.
Thank you, Celine. While we were hearing about your close-to-home research, I couldn't help but think about one of my latest purchases, actually. My favorite color, for anyone that knows me, is orange. So if you see an orange Subaru driving around campus, you'll know who it is. But I also can't help to think about the experience that she had and getting connected on campus and how that really makes an impact for you as a whole. I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for the events, programs, and activities that I got involved in here on campus. So look for the area where you can find your group and find your connection to really excel yourself. So our next speaker is going to come up to the stage in just a moment, but let's get to know them. That is Associate Professor Brett Webner of the UNLV Department of Film in the College of Fine Arts. So let's give them a round of applause.
Hi. If I had to describe a typical workday for me prior to coming to UNLV, it would sound something like this. I'm squatting underneath a gallon of white crinoline, attempting to attach a wireless microphone transmitter to a surly bride's leg, while simultaneously trying to avoid being stabbed in the eye with a stiletto heel. Yes, I may be a producer, a professor, but I was also a filmmaker with over 15 years of experience working in reality television. You heard right. I used to run around with a camera, filming shows like Bridezilla's, The First 48, My Super Sweet 16, Maid, and Sister Wives, amongst others. So how did I end up here as a professor? To be honest, I'm not really sure. I was just following my gut, or as I like to call it, my internal GPS. But let me explain. You see, I didn't always want to be a professor. In fact, it wasn't something I stumbled upon until about a decade after college. I didn't always want to be a filmmaker either. I actually went to school to be a doctor. That's right. A complete hypochondriac like me was going to become a doctor. But then things happened that steered me off that path to one that felt, well, more like me. And if I can give you any advice, is that sometimes things in life are not going to go exactly according to plan, and that's okay. There will be stops and starts and wrong turns and detours and construction along the way. But as long as you remain true to your gut or your internal GPS, you will never get lost because your authentic self will always get you in the right direction. So there I was in fall of 1994, a freshman at Duke University and pre-med to boot, headed towards a future of guaranteed bliss, or so I thought. The only problem was that I was miserable. Forced to endure the pre-med curriculum of organic chemistry and calculus, I wanted to run away and join a cult. I had no idea what those professors were talking about at the helm of those lecture halls, and the truth is, I didn't really care. I was bored. But I'm not knocking doctors. Doctors are incredible human beings. You guys, dedicate your lives to help others. It is an honorable profession. It just wasn't right for me. Eager for a creative outlet, I would spend hours in the back of the classroom doodling atoms onto a paper. Atoms. So when second semester rolled along, I decided to take a film appreciation class for fun. I didn't realize it then, but my internal GPS was guiding me in a different direction. And then it happened. The movie that changed my life. Upon watching it, I would never be the same again. And it would lead me away from my pre-med career path towards chasing sociopathic brides, egomaniacal movie stars, jaded cops, and bitter beauty queens. The film, The Graduate. The stars, Anne Bancroft and Dustin Hoffman. God, they were good. If you haven't seen it, it's about a recent college grad who is seduced by an older woman, Mrs. Robinson, but ends up falling in love with her daughter, Elaine. Immediately, I fell in love with the craft of filmmaking, the writing, the directing, the music, the ability to say something profound through moving images. I didn't realize it right at that moment, but my internal GPS was taking me on this new kind of journey, this new path. Plus, I had this simpatico connection to Dustin Hoffman's character, Benjamin. He was lost, and so was I. So now I want to make movies, and I can't believe I've never thought about this before, actually. I mean, my college counselor never, offered it as an option. It was like you could become a doctor or a lawyer. So, but I love movies. I've watched movies my entire life, especially the films of John Hughes. Films like Pretty in Pink, Some Kind of Wonderful, The Breakfast Club. These were my Bible because they told stories of social underdogs, and I could totally relate. See, I was very shy and socially awkward growing up. I spent most of my lunch hours in the bathroom eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the toilet, safe from judgmental eyes. And I guess it didn't help that my mom used to like to dress me up like Annie Hall. And if you haven't seen Annie Hall, it's a movie reference. So I blame most of my social awkwardness to being an only child and the whole Annie Hall thing. But college was a great opportunity because it was a second chance to reinvent myself, and I took full advantage of it. By second semester, I had a group of friends, a boyfriend, and a pair of Doc Martens. I felt like I had made it. But then my internal GPS got in the way, and I transferred to New York University to study filmmaking. And it was there that I learned how to write and direct and edit. And I found I really found my calling in life. Okay, so let's fast forward to May of 1998. I just graduated with a degree in film from NYU and honors to boot. But without a job in sight, I ended up taking this internship at MTV's docs department. At the time, MTV was pretty cool because they still played music videos, if you remember. And I started on a Monday, and I joined a group of 10 other interns in a cubicle, and we all await our assignments. And I quickly learned the etiquette. Things like no one starts work before 10 a.m. there. No one wears suits, they all wear jeans. And everyone has this real encyclopedic knowledge of music. Everyone except me, that is. You know, I'm a movie aficionado, not a music buff. So when the producers start pairing up and picking their interns based on musical preferences, I'm left behind to man the phones. So one day, I'm sitting behind the cubicle, doodling an atom onto a Post-it, wondering, did I make a big mistake? When a producer from the news department comes running down the hallway screaming, does anybody know how to edit? Apparently, the editor went out to lunch, and there was a breaking news story. I perk up. I can edit, I whisper. What? She says. Get it together, Brett. I can edit. Next thing I know, I'm sitting behind the Avid editing together a breaking news story about the death of Joe C. For those of you who don't remember, Joe C was the foul-mouthed sidekick to Kid Rock. Sadly, he had passed away the night before, and then MTV got the scoop, so we were putting this piece together. I do what the producer says. Cut here, fade to black here, add a title here. I'm nervous and kind of slow, but I get it done, and the piece goes to air. And for a little while there, I'm kind of like a hero on the 23rd floor. Everyone jokes how an intern saved the day. A week later, they offer me a job as a production assistant for $75 a day. It's my first gig in the TV industry, and I'm over the moon. And I thank my internal GPS, because I might have been standing over an operating table. For the next 10 years, I work in different capacities on different shows in reality television. I go down a coal mine to document the effects of OxyContin addiction on minors for a series called MTV's True Life. I follow around celebrities like Katie Holmes and Jessica Biel and Ryan Reynolds for a behind-the-scenes series called Diary. I film home renovations for Flip This House, and I document homicide detectives as they investigate murders for the First 48. I feel like I finally found my niche in life, but something doesn't ever feel exactly right. And it's on the set of the First 48 that I begin to kind of confront that off-putting feeling. We're at the Cincinnati Homicide Detective headquarters, and I'm new to the show, so the senior producer is showing me the ropes. And a friend of the murder suspect has just confessed he saw his friend shoot and kill the victim. It's a major turning point in the case, and in order for us to use it, we need to have him sign a release form. The producer tells me to be quiet, to follow him and observe. I do. We walk into the room. The producer approaches the friend and says, "We are with the cops. You need to sign here." The friend relents and doesn't read the small print and signs. It is in that moment that I realize he doesn't realize what he's signing and the potential, repercussions of that. So I, of course, have to chime in and say, "You do understand this means that we can use your footage on our TV show." Upon hearing that, he freaks out and says, "No, absolutely not. I could be killed for ratting my friend out." Needless to say, the producer wasn't too happy with me, and he says I ruined the episode. But the truth is, I don't care. I couldn't have that on my conscience. So I end up leaving early to go home, and I decided to take the summer off to rethink my career path. And I realized while I love filmmaking, I never really loved reality TV. It was just something I fell into to pay the bills. And maybe it was because I was never enough, never aggressive enough, intrusive enough, exploitative enough for them. So I decided to take some time to rethink things. And in the interim, I take a part-time teaching job that I saw posted at a local university to teach editing, something I know. And I show up, and to my surprise, I learned that I love teaching. It is teaching that makes me feel at home, that makes me feel comfortable, that I get to share my passion about filmmaking with my students. And it would then lead me to applying for a full-time teaching position here. When I told my friends and family that I was going to leave the TV industry to work in academia, they thought I was crazy. but I knew I had to go because my internal GPS was taking me there. So I packed up my life in California and I moved to Las Vegas for an unknown future. And it's here at UNLV that I became acquainted with academic life. I honed my teaching skills, and most importantly, I learned the correct pronunciation of Nevada. But I also got to return to my filmmaking roots, and together with an incredible group of talented students, we directed a feature film about underage sex trafficking in Las Vegas called The Track. And it was important for me to make a film that didn't exploit its subjects, but that told a story that was important to the community and then could be a tool to raise awareness. That film went on to premiere at the Dances with Films Festival in Hollywood and also win Best Local Feature Film at the Las Vegas Film Festival. It's currently available on Amazon Prime if you'd like to see it. It's called The Track. So, what's the moral of the story? It's pretty cliche. Follow your gut. And don't be afraid to take a detour. Sometimes you need those to get back on the right track. And if it doesn't feel right, like you don't fit, don't force it. Find a place where you feel comfortable, where you feel at home. And for me, that place is UNLV. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Webner. So I'll be sure to write down the names of those movies, The Graduate and The Track, and watch them this weekend. Hopefully all of you can too. But it's so exciting to hear that faculty are able to work so closely with students, and vice versa, that students have these opportunities. The students that worked with Professor Webner are already building their resumes and doing exciting things with them. But the professors want you all to come in and talk to them. They have office hours for you all. Faculty and staff, let's hear a big round of applause if you're excited to work with the new incoming freshmen, students and graduates and transfer students. They're all here for you. All right, so now we're gonna hear from our third and final speaker of today's UNLV Creates program of the featured speaker part. So, with that, the last speaker is Associate Professor Dr. Mark Padoongpatt. He's the Associate Professor of Asian and Asian American Studies with the Department of Interdisciplinary, Gender, and Ethnic Studies in the College of Liberal Arts. So let's give him a round of applause.
Thanks, Ron. Good morning, everyone. This is amazing. Look at all these faces. So after living here for 6 years, one of the things that I love about Las Vegas is that we have a great food city, right? Which is awesome because, well, I love food, but also because I'm fascinated by food culture, right? Not just the eating, but the stories and struggles of people who cook and prepare our food and bring that food to our tables. In fact, I teach about it, I research it, and I write about it. I'm a trained historian, so I write history and about history of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the United States. And as a historian who's rooted in ethnic studies, I've committed my life to understanding how race, as a social political category, not a biological one, gets constructed over time, or the process by which we as a society create and assign meaning to how people look and the impact that that has on individuals and groups. And I'm especially interested in how this happens in ordinary spaces, right? Movies, music, sports, video games, and of course, food. Now I know, most people don't see food as a rigorous scholarly topic, right? But I've argued otherwise. Food is important because it helps us make sense of the world around us, of peoples, histories, and cultures. It's vital to the human experience, and we can study it in ways that generate really valuable insight into issues like immigration, gender, colonialism, and the culture of cities and suburbs. And so to me, if we want to change the world, we have to look at both the obvious sights, but also the not so obvious sights that our world is made and remade. And so that's why I turned to food. I tried to do this in my book, Flavors of Empire, which traces the history of Thai food, or Thai cuisine, and how it became central to Thai American racial and ethnic identity. And it's a story that begins at the end of World War II and is really as much about America's fascination with Thai food, how we came to learn about Thai people through food, as it is about Thai people themselves. And like many scholars, my research stems from my own personal experience. I'm Thai American. I was born and raised in 1980s Los Angeles to Thai immigrant parents. I grew up in the mostly Latino working class suburb of Pacoima in the San Fernando Valley, which at the time was also home to the largest Thai population in the United States. And growing up in Pacoima, I really struggled with my identity as a Thai American, right? I'd never felt Thai enough for my family or other Thai people, never American enough for anybody else. And it just wasn't cool to be Asian, right? And so I really distanced myself from being Thai. I really, really tried hard to be American. Hung out with Mexican Americans, and because my skin was darker than most Thais and other Asian Americans, I gravitated to blackness through basketball, gangster rap, and R&B music. You know, at the time, I knew that it meant something to me, but I didn't have the tools to explore my identity or the language to articulate what exactly it meant to me. Then I went to the University of Oregon, and my world changed. My life changed. Well, first of all, it changed because I was in uncharted territory. Right? College was entirely new terrain that I was ill-equipped to navigate. And I know some of you all are probably sitting there feeling the same way right now. I was a first-generation college student. I was first in my entire family to go to school. My parents didn't even finish high school. And plus, I went to public school my entire life. And we were really underserved, underprepared. I mean, my high school, I think, had about 2,500 students and just one college counselor. And you know, the other thing was that I never lived away from home. And so Oregon, which was a mostly white campus, and Eugene especially, was in entirely uncharted terrain. But then I started taking ethnic studies and history courses, African American history, Black radical thought, Filipino American experience, and I fell in love. Right? I started to see and discover that history wasn't about memorizing names and dates and important great figures. No, it was about investigating the social, political, economic, cultural conditions of a time and a place, right? The historical context that shaped people's lives and decisions. And I learned that everyday people make history. But one of the things that I love the most about these courses is that it really pushed me to make sense of the world beyond my own lived experience. Right? So I became uncomfortable with this idea that experience is the best teacher, or that the only source of knowledge is experience. Right? We've all heard this, that somehow our lived experience alone gives us all the answers we need. And instead, I started to see my experience as a launch pad or a compass for deeper exploration, and not as absolute, undeniable truth. And so the challenge for me was to then situate my experience in a larger context. And that's where the knowledge from lectures and readings and studying came in. And that challenge inspired me. It motivated me. It gave my education a sense of purpose. I wasn't just going through the motions at that point. There was something about, just learning about people in a time and place that was different from my own that made me feel a little bit more human. And so I read and I studied, I learned about the origins of race, how it developed and how deeply entrenched it became in our nation's institutions and culture. And then I also learned about the people who resisted and fought back against racist policies and practices through voting, protesting, and rioting, to even everyday acts of resistance, right? Like slaves who would break tools just so they can take a few minutes off. so that they don't have to do labor and others could reap all the benefits. And the more I learned, the more I realized just how little I knew. And so I read more, I studied more, I stayed up late. I even convinced one of my professors to do an independent study course with me so I could read all of the latest research on Asian American communities in the United States. And I kind of played myself though, because she made me read a book a week and write a 25-page paper at the end of class. But I loved it. I was such a nerd. I even began to enjoy writing papers. And during school vacations, right, I would go home to LA and go to the Thai Buddhist temple, just talk to community activists and search through newspapers and documents just to get a sense of like what issues were important to my community, the Thai community in LA. I loved it. I knew that I could devote the rest of my life doing this work. And just to be clear, like it wasn't natural for me. I wasn't naturally good at this, right? It's not like I was sitting in my first ethnic studies course and like Asian genes just kicked in or something, right? Like I just got in and it clicked. I was like, oh man, like I'm perfect at this. No, it took a great deal of mentorship and support. You know, my faculty, my professors, who were mostly of color, were responsible for virtually every positive thing that happened to me when I was at Oregon. And I was also lucky enough to have parents who encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do and to be whatever I wanted to be. And taking these courses even helped me resolve my identity issues. Like I learned that identities are fluid and constantly under construction, right? So instead of accepting Thai and American as these fixed, prepackaged categories, I started to interrogate, question them. What does it mean to be Thai? What does it mean to be American? Is there like someone who's real Thai, fully Thai? Who's fully American? What's the criteria? How do we measure? And most importantly, who gets to decide, right? Who gets the final verdict and why? And I also learned that human beings, we're complex, right? So we can have multiple identities at once. So yes, I'm Thai American, but I'm also a person of color, first-generation college student, and a child of immigrants, and so much more. But above all, I learned that there are some identities that cannot be chosen, right? That are ascribed onto you by the world and society you live in, no matter how you see yourself or no matter how you want to identify. So American society, for example, had always read Asian Americans as foreigners who could never become American. And once I realized that, I stopped trying so hard to be American. And instead, I focused my attention on how does this society view me and people like me? Where do we fit in? What do they think about us? How do we best navigate this situation? That to me was empowering. That to me was affirming. And so after Oregon, I jumped right into a PhD program to get my doctorate in American Studies and Ethnicity at the University of Southern California. So you can do that. You can jump right from bachelor's, BA, right to PhD. And I had one goal in mind, and that was to write a dissertation on the history of Thai Americans that would take up a lot of these questions about identity and to establish a place for Thai Americans in the field of Asian American studies because we were invisible. Nobody cared about us. And in 2011, I finished that dissertation, which then would become my book, and which became the first book on the history of Thai Americans in the United States. And then I became the first Thai American ethnic studies professor and US historian in the country. And becoming a professor was more than a career choice for me. I clearly did not do this for the money. It was my way of contributing to a larger, broader movement for social justice. And I believed that universities could be used as engines of social transformation, right? Not just places where you go to get a paper and then get a job. And that in some small way, I could help fight to remake higher education into what I wanted it to be, a place that creates not only better human beings, but people who believe in humanity. I understood that as activism, and I still do, especially now that I'm at the most racially and ethnically diverse campus in the country. And now, as director of the Asian and Asian American Studies program, that's the vision that I bring. So our program, at its core, is about exploring Asia and Asian America to better understand the human condition. Right? Our faculty have this really crazy, radical idea, right? That, hey, there's actually much to be learned about what it means to be human, all of its complexity and diversity, by going through the lives of Asian Americans and from the Asian American experience. So we think about larger questions. How do people respond to war and colonialism? How do immigrants adjust to life in the United States? What's the meaning of citizenship? What are some of the struggles of LGBTQIA folks? Does food bring people from different backgrounds together? Or does it separate? Is it just another way to separate and exclude people? So we try to address these questions by going through the Asian American experience, right? And watching Crazy Rich Asians. We do that. We watch Crazy Rich Asians. And so the program cares about so much more than just Asian Americans specifically, right? It's not just relevant to those people or that group over there, right? It's relevant to all of us. And yes, of course, the Asian American experience is unique, it's different, and valuable in its own right. But there are also issues and experiences that we share with other groups that deserve to be highlighted so that we can see more clearly how our past, and therefore our futures, are deeply interconnected and intertwined. That's the goal. That's the purpose. That's the vision of higher education that I came to value, and that I hope you'll come to value in your time here at UNLV. Thank you, and welcome.
Wow, I don't know about you, but I am so thrilled to have all these amazing faculty and students that go to this university. So let's give a round of applause for all of our distinguished speakers that came up here today. Now, I truly enjoyed Dr. Padoongpatt's experience through higher education and how he was able to connect with students on those levels and see the different experiences that are created for them and looking for the future and seeing how that goes for everyone else. So next, I want to bring up the CSUN and GPSA president and then also Hey Reb to help us out with a few things on stage. So let's give them a round of applause. Hi, everyone. So first, we're going to help you all out with the academic pledge. So this pledge is created to help you all go through the college experience and essentially help you all reach your goal of graduation. That'll be with yourself and then with the staff and faculty around you. So students, if you all want to rise and take the cord that's located on your chair, we'll get started with this. So students, faculty, and staff, please rise for this program. So we will all take this pledge together. This pledge is created for you and the faculty and staff to come together to have you reach the goal of graduating from UNLV. We will go line by line for the pledge on screen, and then also I will read it. So I will say it line by line, and then you will read it back to me. Is everyone ready? Everyone got your cord? You can put it around your neck now if you would like to. Alrighty, so here we go. I will say each line, and then everyone will repeat it back to me. As a student of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, I commit to maximizing my experience as a rebel. I will stay actively engaged with my classes. Seek out transformative knowledge. Make space for intellectual flexibility. and get deeply involved with campus life. I pledge to work hard, play hard, support my fellow rebels, complete my degree, and bleed scarlet and gray. Go Rebels. Congratulations, everyone, on your pledge to graduating. And thank you to Chris and Stephanie for joining me on stage. You can head on off. But hey, Reb, I think there's something that you all can help me out with. So, if you all remember, at new student orientation, we collected expo cards. We collected expo cards at every single orientation. These expo cards qualify the undergraduate students for a $1,000 scholarship at Welcome Day. Today's Welcome Day, so it's time for that. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna draw 2 undergraduate students' names from this box, and I'll call out your name, and please make yourself known. Make yourself known wherever you are, because you have to be present to win. And then come on down, and we'll assist you with the scholarship. And then, for the graduate college, we put in all the students that RSVP'd to the events today to qualify you for a $500 scholarship for this program. You'll also have the opportunity to be in a drawing for a $1,000 scholarship at your grad student orientation. So this one is gonna be for the new students at the undergraduate level. So, I think it's about time we pull some names. You ready here, Reb? Students, are you ready for this? Alrighty, so the first one, I'm gonna go deep in here. I'll spend a few seconds in here. Oh, I got a drum roll. No, too early. There we go. Alrighty, the first one is Chloe. I'm gonna spell the last name, Herscher. Chloe Herscher. Are you here? Please make yourself known. Chloe Herscher. Chloe Herscher. Chloe Chloe, last name Herscher, Herscher. Are you here? I'm going to count down. Again, Chloe Herscher, if you are known, please make yourself known and come on down. Going once, going twice. Does anyone see her? Okay. So we'll put that one off to the side. Okay. For the first one, here we go. Alrighty. Perfect. Brianna O'Dannell. Brianna O'Dannell. Last name Odannello. Brenda O'Dannell. First name Brenna. Last name O'Dannell. Is she here? Perfect. Yay. Come on down. Spotlight on you. Come on down. Congratulations. Please head off to the left of the stage and we will help you out. All right, here is the winning one. All right, we're gonna do one more for the undergraduate level. Congratulations. All right, last one for the undergraduate. This one feels good. Alrighty, first name is Cashley, last name, let's just check on the last name. Enros Eggers. Cashley, first names, is she there? Let me just check. So Cashley, Cashley, last name Nesor, right there? Perfect, congratulations, come on down. You'll head over there. Congratulations. Alrighty, so now we're going to do, okay. So, congratulations, you can have a seat and we will get those scholarships to you. So next is the graduate level. So thank you all the undergrads for that. But don't worry, there'll be many other scholarship opportunities throughout your time here at UNLV. Tons of department scholarships. The student government gives out many scholarships at the undergraduate level. Connect with Chris or I. All right, so graduate students, this is your turn. This is your turn for this. I will pull out 2 students for the $500 scholarship. paper? Okay. Alrighty, so the name on this, I'm going to spell it out, CHAVVA, and then DHIRAJ. Okay, there we go. And then SAIN. Congratulations, there you are. Come on down. You can head off to the right side and they'll let you know. Alrighty, the last scholarship drawing of today. Okay. All right. Shelita Evans. First name Sheila Evans. Evans. Shelita Evans, are you here? Congratulations. Come on down. You've just won a scholarship. Come on down, and we can help you out with that. Alrighty, congratulations to all the winners. Let's give them a big round of applause, and thank you to everyone who submitted Expo cards today. We truly appreciate it. Alrighty, so next we want to bring out, who do we want to bring out here, Reb? Oh, I know. I would like to welcome to the stage and for you all at UNLV Creates, Rebel Girls and Company. They have a special performance for you all. So they're gonna come on out. So let's give them a big round of applause for this exciting opportunity. Here they are. Thank you to Rebel Girls and Company. That was a great opportunity to see what the university has to offer in that area. Hello, hey Reb, welcome back. So next we want to bring up representatives from UNLV Athletics to the floor and have them say some information about what they do. So let's bring them up and have an opportunity to meet them. So let's give them a round of applause.
What's happening? Hi, you guys. My name's Coach K.O., Kathy Olivier. I'm the women's basketball coach here at UNLV. And, oh, thank you. Okay, I love that you just did that. We won a championship last year, so give it up for us. Hey. I also want to let you know that I was a student here, a student athlete here. So give it up for the Rebels. Love the Rebels. All right, so I have to tell you, what's big for our team in women's basketball is for us to all be on the same page, all right? So in order to do that, you have to have good communication skills, all right? We know that communication isn't always yakking, right? It's not always on your cell phone. You have to be good listeners. So when I say eyes, I want 2 claps. So let's see if you can listen up. Eyes, eyes. All right, I like it. The other thing that's really important for us on the women's basketball team is to be on the same page, all right? So right now, we're all on the same team. We're on the Rebel team, and we can make this university not good, but we can make it great, and you have a lot of control over that, all right? So eyes, eyes. When I say ears, I need 2 stops, all right? Ears, ears, eyes, eyes. All right, now when I say nose, I want to hear Rebels. All right? You good? Nose. You got to raise your hand like you mean it. We're all on the same page. We're all on the same team. Nose. All right? Eyes. Eyes. Ears. Nose. Hey, have a great college career. Have a great time in college. Hopefully we'll see you at some games. Support your school, support the university, And now I have here a great player. She's from Las Vegas. How many are you from Las Vegas? Yeah! So give it up for Paris Strother from Las Vegas, Liberty High School. She's gonna give you some words of wisdom.
Hi, you guys. Like she said, my name is Paris Strother. I'm a local. I'm a senior on the women's basketball team. And one thing I just want you guys all to know is that there's so many people on this campus that want to see you succeed. So there's so many resources on the campus and in Las Vegas, period, so many opportunities for after college that you guys picked a great school. So just know that there's always help for you and to make the best of these years because they go by really fast. I can tell you they go by so fast. So, I mean, I'm glad you guys are all here. Make sure you come support our team and support all the other teams and have a great time in college, you guys. It's a good time.
Support each other. Eyes, ears, nose. Have a great one. Good luck. Thank you. Now we have Tony Sanchez. If you want to see some action, you got to come to football games. Give it up for Tony Sanchez, the greatest football coach on the planet. Here he is. Go get him, buddy.
Hey, well, welcome everybody. I tell you what, it's really great to see the sea of red out here. And I literally just ran right off the football field. Practice just got done. Came over here and wanted to say hi to everybody. Tell you how excited we are to have you as part of our Rebel family. Like KO said, this is a great place. This university, and we really want to challenge all of you to make athletics and participate and come into the games from girls basketball, men's basketball, baseball, soccer, volleyball, football. Come on out, be a participant. I know there's a lot of parents in the audience right now too, and I know they're selling season tickets up on the mezzanine, so make sure you grab them before you leave. But I tell you what, I'll leave you with one thing. One of the things we talk to our team about all the time, the things that you're in control of every single day, two things, your attitude and your effort. I'll tell you, you're going to go through some really good times in college. You're going to go through some tough times, too. You start getting closer to your major, things get tougher. Remember, always wake up and get your attitude right. It'll reflect in the effort that you give. We challenge our guys every single day with that. And I challenge you as you work through your college career to make sure you have that attitude right, a type of attitude that is contagious to everybody around you and reflects in the effort you give so that you can go on and achieve. So again, welcome here to UNLV. It's a great place. Want to encourage you. A week from Saturday, come on out. We play UTEP at home. Love to have everybody here rocking and doing the KO chants, the big old Rebels. And again, welcome to UNLV and go Rebs.
Thank you to our coaches and our student athletes. Hey Rebels, we hope you have enjoyed UNLV Creates the 6th anniversary 2018. It's been an honor to be your MC. The event is not yet over. Before you go, please remain seated. We have a few more things in store for you. Next to, now that you're Rebels and you're wearing your I'm a Rebel shirt and you have everything, it's time to show your Rebel pride. So now joining us is the State of Nevada Marching Band with the UNLV department. So please welcome them as they come on out and give us some Rebel spirit. So everyone, let's get hyped. Alrighty, so thank you everyone for all the departments that helped to put this huge event together. Let's give a big round of applause to the committee that helped put this together. Thank you to everyone. All right, so that officially concludes UNLV Creates 2018.